meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Campbell? Here. Dempsey? Here. Fournier?
Here.
Hammond?
Here.
Krapp?
Here.
Rick? Here. Voorhees?
Here.
We have two announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports. Today, first, we'll hear from Junia Querio from the Mount Clemens Beautification Committee, and she has a presentation for us.
Hi. Am I on?
You're okay. Yeah, go ahead.
It sounds so loud, I don't. I'm Junia Querio. I'm president of the Mount Clemens Beautification Committee. And on June 15, I was present for the 60th anniversary celebration of the Beautification Council of Southeast Michigan Incorporated. The goals of the BCSEM and ours are to make our community a cleaner, healthier, safer, and more beautiful place in which to live, work, and play, and thereby develop a sense of civic pride and citizen responsibility. Through networking with our communities and members, we are able to inspire, provide, and implement solutions that create the most environmentally friendly value for Southeast Michigan. An example of one of these goals was, or from the meeting was, one of the ideas from the program was a tool to help our tree department in selecting the most appropriate tree species based on their potential benefits in our geographic area. So instead of just buying any tree, which would fit best in our community, what fits best between a sidewalk and a street, that kind of thing. And one of the objectives of the Beautification Council of Southeast Michigan is to conduct and encourage education programs. Since 1987, our committee has been teaching kids about the importance of trees and planting them. This year, the Mount Clemens Beautification Committee and the City of Mount Clemens were partners in education with the students of Seminole School. The third and fourth graders learned about and planted our state tree, which is the eastern white pine. There are posters downstairs of the activities of the children participating in them, and if any of them want to see what they are. One of the things that Mother Nature provided with us this year during that ice and snowstorm, 5 huge branches of a white pine came down, and on the tips of the very top branches were baby pine cones, which kids have never ever seen and which I had never seen. So the kids got to see how the pine cone progresses as it grows, because we had examples. So anyway, Mother Nature helped us out that year. We have gotten and shared many ideas with the Beautification Council of Southeast Michigan, and we're glad to be part of this group for the last 60 years. I have a certificate I'd like to present to you. This is a certificate of recognition. It's presented by the Beautification Council of Southeast Michigan Incorporated to the City of Mount Clemens on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the formal organization of BCSEM, and in recognition of your ongoing and continuous support and membership in BCSEM over the last 60 years. Thank you. And I also have, while I was there, they gave me this. This is from Keep Michigan Beautiful, which we also are partner with. And it's 2021 during the pandemic, so it was not presented, but presented to the Mount Clemens Play Everywhere project for your outstanding contribution to beautification.
Awesome.
So, anyway, I will leave these here. And I am very proud to be part of the Beautification Committee, and we're trying to do the best we can to make our city the most beautiful place it can be. Thanks.
Thank you. Junia, I know I speak on behalf of all of the commissioners when I say that the Beautification Committee does a whole lot with little, and they really put their heart and soul into making Mount Clemens a more beautiful place. And so thank you so much for all of your efforts. And please pass that along to the rest of the committee. And we also today have our Macomb County Clerk, Anthony Forlini. He's here to give us an update about the juror parking that we approved a few weeks ago.
Well, thank you for that, Mayor and Commissioners. I just wanted to come back and give you an update. I look at you all there, and I remember my days as a Harrison Township Supervisor, and Barb was the mayor at the time, and I was just thinking back at a photo we had on the CNG newspaper. We both had boxing gloves on. I forget what that was all about, but it was good, whatever it was.
It was good.
And you guys have the toughest position of all, making sure the city works and all the things that you do, and I appreciate all the efforts that you have to put forward to make this town work. And so, and I do have a love for Mount Clemens, I always have, and that was why we brought this forward to you as far as the juror parking. The clerk's office is in charge of the jurors and getting the jurors down there. And the one thing I noticed was we have such a beautiful downtown area, but the jurors were going to their cars right afterwards. They put their quarter in and they'd wait, and then they'd run out and put another quarter in and wait to see if their turn. And then when it was time to leave, they left. And I thought, well, let's give this pilot program a try, and thank you for what you did a few weeks ago to kick it off, and let's give this a run, which I think will be very successful. I spoke with the downtown businesses, and they were thrilled, and they're excited, because this is a chance for the jurors. We have about 200, well, not quite 200, about 160 show up on Tuesdays, about 125 on Wednesdays, and on select Thursdays we'll have maybe another 100 cars come in. And this is all a fresh audience every week. Very few repeats, right? They're coming in for the first time to see Mount Clemens, and what you allowed for them to park in the Roscop lot allows them to park for free, not rush out of town, know that their car is okay, maybe they'll grab lunch now, maybe they'll walk through and grab a coffee on their way in, or purchase something else. It's a great downtown area, and hopefully this is going to be a great opportunity to showcase Mount Clemens. I'm hoping so, and we're going to do whatever we can on our part to help facilitate this. I just wanted to give you the update. There was concerns on how we might pull it off, and so we have a nice tear-off that we put on the bottom of the jury summons. And on there is going to be a specific number, and I know the city manager was concerned, let's make sure that these can't be replicated. And of course, they replicate $100 bills, right? But this is, it's a specific number that'll be assigned to the day, and we'll make sure the city manager has that number. Every pool will have a specific number, and so you'll have that. And it'll be a great way to know that, nobody's making photocopies and trying to replicate this each and every day. It'll be dated, it'll have my signature on it, and it'll tell them where to park. The program, it took some time to get all this approved, and it cost some money to get all these adjustments made, but August the 15th is going to be the first day that we're going to be able to get this to run. The jurors, when you approved it originally, I think there was a thought that we would start it right away, but jurors have to be notified, right? And so there's a couple month lag time before they're notified, and then time for us to work it out with the printer. So August 15th is going to be the first day, and I think the spirit of your motion was that it would be a 3-month trial. Mm-hmm. If I got that right, the spirit would go 3 months. So it'll be from August 15th, and then we'll see how it goes to the month, and we'll see with the, if there needs to be tweaks or if it didn't work at all. But I'm confident it's going to work, and it's going to be a great. Anytime you get 200 new people every single week, you got to grab those people, and right now we're not grabbing them. So, and we'll promote it in the jury room, as we always have. Promote for them to go downtown and visit the businesses. So.
If you ever have jury duty, you'll get to see County Clerk Forlini's video that he has produced of him going into several of our current businesses, and it's pretty comical. So
Just have fun with it, right? People, we had fun with it.
yeah, so they do a really good job of promoting each of the businesses, and you've been updating it too, so that's
We
good.
update it
as we
and,
get new stuff.
Talk about the art. There's so much down here, and people just don't know it. And this is an opportunity for them. So,
Thank you very much.
any questions? Is there-
You guys have anything? Anybody got anything? Well, we'll look forward to, we, at the retailers meeting, for our DDA retailers meeting, we did mention it to them as well, that we, will soon be starting, and that we appreciate any feedback from the retailers as if, while it's working, so we'll see.
An early morning business, that serves coffee or something, I would be in the parking lot handing, directions to my place. You get a coffee before you get stuck in the jury room, right?
Right.
So, thank you.
All right, you guys, thanks so much. Okay, does anyone else have any announcements and acknowledgements, communications, and reports on the commission? Okay, hearing none, we will move to adoption of the agenda.
Mayor Crop, I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Okay, this is the portion of the meeting that we invite the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. We'll first see those who are in person, and then we'll go to our Zoom meeting. If anyone would like to, we invite you up to the microphone.
Ruby Stevenson, 69 Bank Street. About the streets. Robertson between Meadle and northbound Gratiot, it is horrible. You almost have to dodge. Same thing on Clinton River Drive from Meadle to northbound Gratiot. And I was just wondering, when are those streets going to be done? Because this whole patching with potholes and whatever, that's not working. That's not working at all. And I was just wondering, are we on the agenda or the board for something to do with that? Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else at this time who would like to address the commission? All right, anybody on Zoom? All right, we will move on then to item 7, administrative response to issues or questions. I don't see anything listed. Okay, we will move on to approval of minutes then.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes for July 3rd and special meeting minutes for July 10th.
Support.
Questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Moving to general business, 9A, budget amendments.
I moved.
Go ahead.
I moved to amend the City of Mount Clemens 2022-2023 fiscal year budget to cover the anticipated activities for each of the funds in the attached summary of the addendums.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
Attached, please find the recommended city budget amendment for all funds excluding fiduciary funds, Michigan's Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act, as amended by Public Act 621 of 1978, requires subsequent amendments to the original adopted budget, known as general appropriations resolutions, for any function that exceeds its budget appropriation. The general fund was estimated to spend $1,169,670 of fund balance, with expenditures exceeding revenues when the fiscal year 2023 budget was established. After 12 months of activities and review of this budget, approximately $974,233 surplus is now projected to be available in the general fund, primarily due to recognition of CARES Act money in the general fund used to offset payments from Macomb County Sheriff Services as previously approved. Please be aware that this value is expected to change as adjustments are made to prepare the city for the 2023 audit.
Okay, we have the amendment attached, and we also have Danielle here from our finance department, so we can, if we have any questions. So go ahead and I'll open that up to questions.
Going forward, we will get the budget to actual comparisons on some type of a regular basis, right? Because when you look at this now, it is hard to remember, and I have a lot of questions, and I'm sure we've discussed all the reasons that have happened along the way, but my memory's not that good. And so is this standard to do this once a year?
Daniel, what are your quarterly reports going to look like that we're not used to getting?
So my understanding is the plan is we're actually going to give you monthly budget to actual reports going forward, starting in August. So August, you'll receive the June and July. And we'll let you know of any adjustments that will come afterwards, because sometimes we don't always get some of the statements in time. And then normally we do a process of we'll do quarterly budget amendments.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sometimes we skip the first quarter if there's just not a huge transaction that happened that we weren't expecting. So typically it would be so after December, March, and then for June projected to make sure that we stay within the Budget Act.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yes, I agree. I kept looking at it going,
Yeah.
where did that come from? So yeah, I think it would be helpful. I'm looking forward to that. Is there anyone who had anything, anybody else? Okay, all right, well then, we will go ahead and call the roll.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crap,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Agenda item 9B, Michigan Class Resolution. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the Michigan Class Investment Pool Resolution as presented and authorize city administration to complete the necessary paperwork to enroll in the pool and approve the addition of Michigan Class to the investment policy.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
Michigan Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System, also known as Michigan Class, is a local government investment pool that emphasizes safety, liquidity, convenience, and competitive yield. Since 1991, Michigan Class has sought to provide Michigan public agencies with a safe and competitive investment alternative. Michigan Class invests only in instruments applicable to state of Michigan laws governing investment options for public agencies. Funds of the participants are invested in prime or high-grade, short-term fixed income instruments selected with the goal of providing program safety, liquidity, and competitive rates of return as further defined by the board's investment policy. Michigan Class is rated AAA-M by S&P Global Ratings. The AAA-M Principal Stability Fund rating is the highest assigned to Principal Stability government investment pools. City administration is recommending enrollment in the Michigan Class Investment Pool for short-term investments. Plant Moran also supports this initiative.
Okay, anybody have any questions or comments? The commission received a work session on this issue at 6 o'clock this evening, so we've had quite a bit of discussion before the meeting at our previous meeting. So, and yeah, did anyone else think of a question in that time period? All right, call the roll, please.
Crap,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond.
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 9C, opioid settlement fund.
I move,
Go ahead.
thank you. I move to approve the allocation of opioid settlement funds in the amount of $17,367.28 to Families Against Narcotics for their Harm Less street outreach program.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
Families Against Narcotics, also known as FAN, works with people and families impacted by substance use disorder through various programs including Hope Not Handcuffs, peer and family recovery coaching, diversion deflection programs, redirect and comeback, Quick Response Team, and Harmless, their street outreach program. The opioid settlement funds provide each community an opportunity to figure out how they can be part of the solution. Through conversation with FAN, we discussed the idea of impacting the unhoused community in Mount Clemens. FAN is proposing extending their outreach ability to the Mount Clemens area by offering street outreach, HIV and hepatitis C testing, peer and family recovery services, and assistance with allocating treatment options, and the continuum of care for these individuals. Their street outreach team partners with McLaren Hospital to provide street medicine and actively reach out to those who are unhoused. The overall goal would be to establish trust within the community in order to provide these services. The administration is recommending the city's 2023 allocation of the opioid settlement funds be appropriated to Families Against Narcotics for the Harmless Outreach Program that will be administered in Mount Clemens. And we have Judge Linda Davis here representing FAN, if you would like to get up and say a few words.
Yes, thank you for having me here tonight. I'm glad to answer any questions, but this is a program that we've been doing successfully in Warren. I'm sorry, not Warren, East Detroit for a period of time. We have really been able to help with the homeless population and to get them housed, to deal with food insecurities, and then hopefully get them on the road to recovery. It is a program that takes some time to build trust with that community, so I don't want you to think overnight things will get resolved in the city of Mount Clemens. But as we build trust, we partner with lots of housing authorities, with different transitional housing homes that are willing to take people with substance use disorder. And we deal with all substances, from alcohol all the way through fentanyl. And so regardless of what the addiction is, we are able to help with treatment options, harm reduction tools, make sure that this population is disease-free with hepatitis and HIV testing. And we have been funded by the state of Michigan to do this incredible work in one location, but to expand that, we're hoping that other communities will get on board like you are with the funds to help us do this in communities that really have high need, high risk individuals that could use our help. So thank you for considering us.
Thank you. Who has questions or comments?
I think it's definitely needed. I appreciate the program being available.
Judge Davis, are you finding that, especially with the Oxycontin? I'm sorry. Are you finding that? Are you having less people that are addicted to Oxycontin, or is it just because
It's really hard to say that because so many people that are addicted are using polysubstances, so they're using a multitude of things.
Okay.
The deaths that we're seeing right now, a lot of them are stimulant related and also fentanyl related. But a lot of people are not going out seeking those drugs, but because they are buying street drugs, they're laced with things that they are unknowingly taking. And so a lot of the deaths are accidental because people just don't know what they're ingesting into their system. So obviously homeless people are the most vulnerable people for overdoses, and also the disease factor that's involved with using substances illegally. And so that is really the population that we target with this harm reduction program. We also partner with McLaren, and we do medical procedures for this population of people as well. They oftentimes have wounds as a result of injecting these foreign substances into their system. And so we do wound care. We're able to prescribe antibiotics because we're working with doctors. And so we're really starting to treat that whole person. A lot of people, especially the homeless population, are not seeking to get well, mainly because they don't feel like they can. And so it really does take that constant, persistent, week after week engagement with them to make them realize that they can trust the system and that there are people there that will help them navigate and see them through these rough times. And that's what we do with that harm reduction program.
And through this program, there are actual people that are associated with that with the program that are out on the street, talking to the
Yes, we
homeless
have a paid
people?
staff that will, and what we'll be doing is we'll be doing it a half a day a week to begin with in the city of Mount Clemens. We have a staff that comes out. They're very familiar with this population, how to talk to them, how to speak with them. We give them lots and lots of training on how to deal with this. We also have a humongous resource center. So if somebody has needs like food insecurity, we're able to instantly engage them with somebody that can help them get meals, that kind of thing, and then also housing projects so that we can get them off the street. People are not going to stop using drugs when they're homeless and hungry. And so we need to deal with basic needs before we can deal with those other things, and that's what this program intends to do. Okay.
Do you already have kind of a best practices in place for networking with the existing local charities that already work with the unhoused?
Yes,
Okay.
we partner with agencies all over the state of Michigan that deal with these very unique situations. And so obviously we don't go out and feed the homeless. We connect them with an authority that does that. And we engage them so that we can make those connections for them. We're kind of the warm handoff to the services that these individuals need that they oftentimes don't even know exist. And so we really help them navigate the system.
Because
People that have a brain disease aren't capable of doing that, and we somehow think they're going to know how to tap into all these services, and so it's really important that they have that warm body there that can kind of walk them through the process.
The reason I asked is because we have some local charities that may be able to help speed up that trust building process.
Yeah, and if you can forward those agencies to me, if we're not already working with them, we will reach out with them. This takes a community to deal with this population, and we're glad to partner with those agencies that are doing good work in your community already.
Awesome.
Okay.
And what is great is that you're working with there's several agencies that are willing to work with the homeless, but they drug test them. So if they're...
We don't drug test.
Yeah.
We really start at the premise that we really can't, we don't withhold treatment or services for people based on their behavior. We don't do that with any other disease, and yet we somehow think that's okay to do with substance use disorder. So we just let them know that there are other options available to them when and if they are ready to stop using. But just like we would never let somebody, I always use this example, people that have diabetes oftentimes will not listen to their doctors and they'll continue to eat sugar. We don't penalize them by making them use dirty syringes because they couldn't obey the rules, and be in compliance. These are people that have a brain disease. They oftentimes are not capable of making good, safe decisions for themselves. And this population has been stigmatized for so many years and treated so poorly that they truly don't believe that there's any hope that they can get better. It really is our job to work together as a community to let them know that we're willing to rally behind them, provide services, and that they can get well. And when people know that, it's really amazing. When we started this program, I had doubts whether it would work, to be honest with you. And to watch the number of people that have come to us that just, you would have never thought there was a chance that they would ever get well, and now are celebrating a year of sobriety, living on their own, have a job for the first time. It's really remarkable to watch that happen when the correct services are provided and someone stays the course with them.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's awesome. Everybody good? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Call the roll, please.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crap.
Yes. Move to 9D.
Thank you for your good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
9D, purchases and payments.
Move to approve purchases and payment of invoices as presented.
Support.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Voorhees,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crap,
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Consent agenda.
Move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Call the roll, please.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Hammond,
Yes.
Crap,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Voorhees.
Yes.
Okay, and the city manager's report, Mr. Shippen.
The next Administrative Hearings Bureau is on July 26. 15 cases are currently on the docket. This will be the city's third hearing, and so far the results have been good. In June, the city was able to secure an order from the hearings officer to remove several vehicles from a long-term problem property due to health and safety issues. Canadian National Railroad will have Hubbard Street closed to all traffic between North Rose and Eldridge Street, July 21st, 2023 through July 28th, 2023, while they make repairs and upgrades to the rail crossing.
Thank God.
Last call, the deadline to submit election application materials for the offices of mayor and city commission in the November 7th, 2023 city election is Tuesday, July 25th at 4 p.m. in the clerk's office. Candidate application packets are still available in the clerk's office and require a minimum of 40 valid signatures from Mount Clemens registered voters to get on the ballot. Please call the clerk's office at 586-469-6800, extension 309 for more information on running for these vital positions. Lovely Miss Nancy will be more than happy to answer all your questions.
Yes, I will.
Over recreation, program registration is open for spring and summer 2023 still, and fall 2023 program registration will begin on August 1st, 2023. You may register online 24 hours a day at mountclemensrecreation.org. In-person registration is available from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, and appointments are available. Mail-in and drop-box options are also available. Call 586-469-6800, extension 520. And our upcoming events, we continue the Uptown Friday Night Concert Series on the Fountain Stage on Macomb Place, July 21st from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring the Joe Allen Band. Friday, July 28th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring Dave Hamilton. And we have the River Sight and Sound Concert on the riverfront, Saturday, July 22nd, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring Air Margaritaville. For more information on any events, call Mount Clemens DDA at 586-469-4168.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Shipman? All right, seeing none, we will move to public participation. This is the second opportunity we give the public to address the commission. We ask that you come to the microphone, give us your full name, your address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule. If you would like to address the commission, come on up. Nobody run all at once. Nobody on Zoom? Okay. All right, we'll move on to close. I'll entertain a motion for close. Oh, no, we'll go to Commissioner comments. Jeez. Sorry. Commissioner Fournier.
I'm really feel very good about that opioid settlement program. We look at this homeless problem and we always just go, what do you do? And it really sounds like a positive step, and it's very good. And congratulations to our beautification committee. We are so proud of you, and you do such amazing work. And one of these days I'm going to find some time to come help you, because you really do just appreciate all of the things you do in the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hammond.
She took my comment, so. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Campbell.
I was just going to say the same thing. There really are angels in the city here that
Yeah.
are working hard, so thank you very much to all of them.
Excellent. Commissioner Rick.
Almost everything's been taken as well. All I'll say is there remains many opportunities to serve in the community on our boards and committees. And for more information, you can check our website and please apply. Many hands make lighter work.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Voorhees.
I would like to thank the commission for approving the application for the Old Crowd. It has been my honor to be in it for some 32 years. And thank you to Brian for spearheading that application too. I appreciate it. And Jeff, thank you to your folks as they close up the streets for us to march around Mount Clemens. So I appreciate it. And once a Clemite, always a Clemite.
Thank you. Commissioner Dempsey.
I too want to thank the Beautification Commission. They have done a wonderful job throughout the city, but I especially want to thank Mrs. Querio. She has been on this commission for a long time, and I remember going to a couple of those meetings that you attended. I think we went down Detroit to some of those regional meetings, and I've always felt that we had one of the best beautification committees and groups from any of the other cities. And so we owe a lot to her. She does the teaching of the children over at Seminole. We plant trees over there and explain it to the kids. And she's been doing this for a long time. So, you know, you really deserve a great hand for staying with us this long and doing what you do.
Thank you. I, too, want to thank the Beautification Committee, but I think everybody has, and so thank you, Junia. You guys do a great job. I will mention that September 13th will be the Yard of the Year Awards ceremony at the Carnes Community Center at 6:30 p.m. And so the judging for the Yard of the Year is going to be happening in the next 2 weeks, because it's the last 2 weeks of July, right? So this week and next week. So if you haven't made sure that your weeds are pulled and you're a nominee, and I think the nominee, you might not know you're a nominee, so everybody pull their weeds.
Can we get a prize for most weeds?
No.
It's
You'll
called
get
a blight ticket.
I was going to say, you'll get a prize.
Stay away from things for a while.
That's what we'll start calling them.
Prize ticket to the Administrative Hearings Bureau.
Yeah, exactly. I also want to mention that the splash fountain looks really awesome, and the streets department did a great job of putting the tables and the umbrellas, the new trash cans, and the fence started going up today. So it looks awesome, and there were kids out there when I drove by today at about noon. There were kids out there enjoying it, and families able to sit under the umbrellas. It was great, and so please use the splash fountain. It's open every day from 9 to 9, and it will be open until Labor Day. And we are having a lot of fun with that, so I hope everybody gets a lot of use out of it and enjoys it. I had something else, and there it went, so. So, I will entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss attorney-client privilege correspondence.
Move to go into closed session.
Thank you.
Support.
We'll take it, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll take a 5-minute recess. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.